Hey folks, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at the autobots on the brand new SolPump trading terminal. They allow you to create custom trading strategies to execute automatically. For those of you that don't already know, SolPump, who I've done quite a few videos about in the past, have just released their own brand new trading terminal to try and compete with the likes of Axiom Pro. And they offer quite a few unique features that you won't find on Axiom, but today we're going to be specifically looking at their autobots. If you like what you see in this video and you do want to check out the new SolPump trading terminal, my link will be down below and that will get you 10% cashback on all your trading fees. Or you can use the code WIC. Without further ado, let's crack on with the video. Alright, here we are on the brand new SolPump trading terminal. As you can see, we're in the meme pool at the moment, where we're going to go up the top here and head over to the autobots. So their whole deal with this is that you can set up different bots to automatically copy profitable signals. Now there's a few different ways you can go about that, so let's go ahead and click Create Autobot and go through the different options that we have here. Alright, first things first, up at the top here is where you select a call source. Go ahead and click that. Now for the call source, you can choose one of these callers. I believe these are all Telegram call channels. If you're in a call channel, it's probably on this list. It's a pretty massive list. Or another thing you can do is connect your own Telegram and have it scalp signals from the Telegram channels that you already follow. So you would just click this little plus icon up here and then sign in with your Telegram. And it gives you the list of channels that you're already in to select from. Alternatively, if you want to copy more than one source at a time, you can also create lists. You can see I've messed around with this a little bit earlier. Let's go and create a quick list here just for an example. So click on the little plus icon again in the top right here. Then first of all, we need to set a name for the list. I'm just going to call it WIC. Now what we can do is we can add a bunch of different sources to this list. If we go into callers here, for example, let's just add a few of these random people. I have no idea what any of these channels are, but we're just going to add some for the sake of an example. Obviously you can go onto Telegram and check out all of these channels if you like. There we go, you can see we've selected 9 call channels there. You can also again connect your Telegram and add your own channels from there if you want. If you've got any specific wallets that you want to add to the list, just go down and click this wallets button here. Once again, hit the little plus in the top right. Then you're going to see yourself some options to put in a wallet name and a wallet address here, whatever you like. I'm going to use this random dude just for the sake of an example, so let's select that and click confirm. It looks like in the near future you'll be able to add users, Discords and Twitter accounts to your list as well, probably an update coming soon for that. Anyway, just below all of that we have a filter for callers and algos. Looks like you can set a minimum and a maximum for that. To be completely honest with you, I have absolutely no idea what this does, so I'm just going to leave that for now. Next, you're going to go ahead and choose the platforms that you want to copy from. To be honest, if you're just following other people's calls anyway, you can probably just leave all of these selected. There's a couple of other metrics you can filter for down here, like socials, dex paid, and all that kind of stuff. I personally like to have at least one social on my coins, just a personal preference. Down here, financial metrics. You can change these, liquidity, FTV, pair age, all that kind of jazz. It does look like a lot more of these options are going to be available soon, but once again, this is a brand new product, so they've just got a few things at the moment to choose from there. Right below that, tax and limits. As you can imagine, you can set the buy tax and sell tax limits, transfer tax, if that's even still a thing, as well as the max transaction tax. And you've got a few things down here as well, like liquidity checks. There's one here that just says not a honeypot. I mean, I don't know exactly what that does, but it sounds pretty good to me if you don't like honeypots, which I'm sure most of you probably don't. Once you're all good with that, just hit create. Okay, so once you got your list set up, we can now go back to this create new autobot thing and go back to selecting a call source, and you can see in lists here we now have our new list WIC that we just created in here. So we're going to click on that. Now we can set up our buy and sell strategy. Actually, one more quick thing, see if it says 0 wallets in here. Just go ahead and select your normal wallet. There we go, it should say 1 wallet there now. I'm assuming in the future they're probably planning to have multi-wallet capability for this, but for now it's just the 1. Okay, so once you got your source and your wallet set up, you want to go ahead and choose the amount of Solana you want for your buys. For example, if you want 0.05 Sol per buy, just go ahead and put that in there. Then you'll see down here we've got a variety of different quick setup options. For example, we've got this low risk setup with the first take profit at 1.5x and then a second one at 2x with the stop loss set at 0.8x. So a 20% stop loss there basically. And of course automatic gas and slippage. You've also got the low degen mode with one 4x take profit target and a 0.5x stop loss. This is obviously slightly higher risk. You're taking 4x profits, but you're also potentially risking 50%. Also, this one does run with higher gas fees. Or down below you have the higher risk options like the high risk or high degen, which as you can see they both use higher take profit targets up to 5x on this one and 10x on the high degen one. Now if you are just starting out with this and maybe you're new to meme coin trading, I'd probably recommend you to just use one of these quick setup options, especially these lower risk ones just to test it out a little bit. But if you're a little bit more experienced in meme coin trading, then you'll probably want to go over to the advanced settings here. As you can see, you've got a little bit more control in here of what you want to adjust. The first one of those things is choosing when you actually want to buy into a signal. If you have this set to buy at market like we do here, that's going to buy immediately as soon as the call comes in, regardless of the price. Or you can set it up in dip mode, and what this does is it's going to buy after the signal once there's a dip of whatever percentage you choose, which could potentially get you a better price than the original signal. Say for example you get the signal but you only want to enter after there's a 20% dip, you just put that in there and have it on dip mode and you'll be good to go. Next, of course, down here you set up your take profit targets and what percentage of tokens you want to sell at those targets. If we add a target here, you can see we can choose what percentage of profit we want to take at, and then what percentage of our tokens we want to sell at that amount of profit. So say we wanted to sell 50% of our tokens at a 50% profit, we would do it like this: 50% in the take profit box and 50% in the sell box. Then if we add another take profit target and say we wanted to sell the remaining 50% of our tokens at a 100% profit, we'd again put in 50% here and leave this on 100%. Of course, you can add as many targets as you want in whatever combination you like. Obviously, just make sure your total sell amount adds up to 100%. And of course, just bear in mind that for each sell transaction, you're going to be paying fees. So if you have more transactions, you're going to be paying more fees. Okay, below that, of course, we now set up our stop loss. Let's click add stop loss here. So if you want your stop loss at 50%, you would just put that in here. Or another neat little thing you can do here is set up a trailing stop loss. See this little trailing button over here? Now what that does is it moves your stop loss up based on the all-time high price. So you're basically setting your stop loss up to always be a certain amount below the all-time high. Alright, finally down at the bottom here is where you set your gas and slippage settings for either buy or sell. To be honest, unless you're trading with larger amounts, you can probably just leave the gas on auto. Personally, I would change the slippage. I think 1% is a little bit low. Maybe something like 5% would probably be alright. But of course you don't want to set it too high, otherwise you're going to end up buying in way off the call price sometimes. Anyway, once you're ready, just hit create bot. You can see bot strategy created at the bottom here, and that bot is now going to start trading for you. I think we just need to refresh the page here and then it should appear in our all bots section. Here we go. List WIC is now trading as a bot. So this is where you go if you want to edit any of the settings in here. You can change the strategy if you want, or of course you can stop the bot if you wish. Once again, if you do want to check out the Sol Pump terminal, my link will be down below for that 10% cash back on your trading fees. For now though, I've been me, you've been you. Thanks for watching and see you later.